Welcome back. We've got Jasmine Kyle here from the SEK Humane Society with a big furry friend.
Oh, yeah. So this is Mason, and as you can see, I can lean up on him. He is a giant dog, and we usually don't get this breed. So Mason is a Great Dane Greyhound mix.
Okay.
He is a gentle, loving giant, and you would think that, oh my gosh, this dog kids can ride on. He's very active, you know, and very loud. No, that's not Mason, or his brother Dixon for that matter. They're actually very timid and shy when they don't know what's going on. But when they get comfortable, they will like jump in the air on all little fours and go on walks and parades. They've been to USD 250 school education events with the kids and with the family center. So these boys do great with families. Absolutely fantastic.
Okay, so they have a little bit of a story with you guys.
Yeah, so originally we had them 3 years ago when they were just puppies. We didn't even know they were Great Danes back then until we saw those big giant baby paws. And then they were adopted out together, which we absolutely love, especially with the bigger dogs if they can take a sibling. A year and a half down the road, unfortunately, they were returned from the family, had to move and couldn't take them. Brothers were adopted out successfully again, and now a year and a half down the road, family had some actual dire medical emergencies, so we took the brothers back in again. But we do have an adoption event this Saturday at PetSense Pittsburgh from 11 to 2, and we do plan to bring these boys to the event.
Obviously, I think your goal, they've been together this long, would be to adopt them out together again.
We would love that. We know it's hard for these larger dogs just because they take up so much space, but these boys have been together since birth, literally from 2 separate households for 3 years now. We would love if they could find a home together. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well,
but right now we have lots of dogs that are available. Last night we just had to make an emergency post because we are at full capacity.
Really?
Mm-hmm. All of our kennels are full. We're even keeping puppies and dogs in the lobbies and in our front entry rooms now. It is getting dire. We cannot literally intake because there is not a single space left. We've gone to our office rooms, everything right now. And a majority of our dogs are still sponsored. Those sponsorships carry into 2022. So when you see a dog that's sponsored, it means that dog has no adoption fee. And most of our animals, whether that's cats or dogs, we offer foster to adopt trials for. So if you have been in consideration of adopting, now is the perfect time because you're saving 2 lives. One, for that new forever buddy that you're taking home, and then the second for that animal taking their space, because we are and proudly a no-kill shelter, meaning that no matter the time limit, we're going to take care of them, get them the help and medical care they need, and find them that home.
All right, I think he wants to take a seat with you.
Yes.
Sure. Yes, you do. What a beautiful dog.
He is.
Okay, so do you guys have a lot of large dogs there at the shelter as
We
well?
have a lot of lab mixes, boxer mixes. Now again, we usually don't get this size. It seems like in the fall and winter, a lot of people are wanting tiny dogs. And that's something that we've seen a shift in, is tiny is equal toy breed, and that's not a small dog. We, as an animal shelter, we're not breeders. We are getting animals that are found out in countrysides with families that have medical emergencies, passed away, you know, and that type of stuff. So for the most part, 80 to 90% of the dogs that we have are on the larger side with boxers, lab mix. Now, we do have smaller dogs right now, and it comes with a very long story. We assisted the Department of Agriculture with an illegal puppy mill last year in 2022. It was horrific, I will say the least. These dogs were stacked up in a barn, and by this wire mesh carriers, like inventory. These dogs were moved around with sticks to be bred, and they were separated, when they were very, very young. When we got these dogs in, they didn't even know what grass was. Oh, they had never touched a blanket in their life. It took them a month to not sleep upright because they thought that blanket was gonna hurt them. So for the past 6 months, even when we first got them, we had to wear Kevlar bite gloves. These dogs had never been handled. They were so desocialized with humans and themselves that they didn't even know what they were at that point, that they could find their own happiness and play or anything. So God bless our staff, because they have worked their heinies off to get these dogs to where they are, to one giving birth at our shelter, to 5 puppies, and those puppies never ever got to experience that kind of treatment.
That's wonderful.
But right now we are getting to the point where the adults are ready. So we have a few candidates that we are offering long-term foster to adopt, where every month we check in with how things are going. But for these dogs, we do want to remind the public that they, again, have never been inside of a household ever. So it is going to take some time for them to get readjusted to a TV, to carpet, to tile.
And these are the smaller dogs.
Yes, they are Chihuahua Terrier mixes ranging from 2 to 5 years. By this. I mean, if you've been looking for a tiny, small dog, we do finally have them, but they're going to come with some time and love. Now, with being a foster for us, we supply everything. If you guys, we'll do food, we'll do toys, everything. You supply the time and love, we'll supply everything else, because these are what these dogs desperately need, is a foster home to get them, good boy, to get them up to date on what a loving family household is.
Okay, well, Jasmine, I have a lot more to talk with you about, and if you're willing to stick around for our Fox
Absolutely.
show, we would love to have you. But for now, we're going to head over to break. Say goodbye, Mason.
Bye.
We'll be right back.